It is a well-observed pattern that Germany often sets the course for other European nations to follow. This was evident during the 2015 refugee crisis and again with the Russian sanctions following the 2022 war in Ukraine. Now, Germany has made another significant move, one that seems likely to trigger a domino effect across Europe, a domino effect that has caused panic in Kyiv. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has strongly condemned the recent communication between German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and Russian President Vladimir Putin, describing it as an opening of dangerous Pandora's box that could compromise the international strategy of isolating Moscow. Expressing his concerns, Zelensky stated, "This directly plays into Putin's long-term strategy. His primary goal is to break free from isolation and engage in diplomatic discussion that will yield no concrete result." Referring to the conversation between Scholz and the Russian leader. Quite a direct attack on Germany, isn't it? The German Chancellor Olaf Scholz dialed Putin after 2 long years, marking the first dialogue amid significant political developments in Germany and broader international policy shifts regarding the Ukraine war. The German Chancellor and the Russian President held a long-hour conversation on Friday, their first dialogue in 2 years, according to the government spokesperson Stephen Hebstreit. During the call, Scholz urged Putin to pursue just and lasting peace with Ukraine, and Putin justified his war by claiming that there are some territorial realities. Germany also expressed concern about the North Korea's potential military involvement in the conflict. However, before speaking to Putin, Scholz had consulted with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. The Ukrainian leadership had outrageously objected to any talk between Berlin and Moscow. Surprisingly, this was the first time that Germany defied the demand of Ukraine. The German Chancellor reaffirmed his country's unwavering support for Ukraine's defense efforts, yet he indicated that the time is now ripe for peace talks to commence. According to the government sources, Scholz emphasized Germany's commitment for backing Ukraine as far as necessary. Yet, Zelensky condemned Germany's diplomatic outreach to Russia, labeling it as Pandora's box that threatens Ukraine's international support. And of course, his concerns aren't unfounded, given the challenging times he's facing. First of all, Zelensky has lost his best friend Joe Biden, the closest in the White House. The political landscape in the United States is changing, and the leadership transition is going to have a big impact on future assistance for Ukraine's defense initiatives. Donald Trump is a well-known figure opposing the war against Russia. For the unaware, Donald Trump, the president-elect of the United States, has clearly stated that he can end the Ukraine war in 24 hours. A statement that clearly shows Trump's willingness to end the Ukraine war. Not only this, the Vice President-elect J.D. Vance has also suggested during the campaign that the best way to end the war is for Ukraine to give up the territory to Russia that it has taken, create a demilitarized zone, and also become neutral, that is, to not join NATO. At that time, Zelensky had harshly criticized him, claiming that he's just too radical. However, that was during the campaign time, and now it is the time of action. Trump's return to power will undoubtedly have an impact on all of NATO's allies as well. It is probable that the policies are set to undergo massive shifts. And this is probably why Olaf Scholz is now suddenly changing his gears, from being a total critic and calling for Russian withdrawal to now urging Putin to start peace talks. Olaf Scholz has indeed come a long way. The return of Donald Trump is indeed a major factor. But the recent political developments in Germany are also a major factor driving Berlin's change of heart. Recent developments have created a complex challenge for the German Chancellor. The traffic signal coalition stability was compromised when the finance minister of Germany, Lindner, raised concern about the balancing German domestic interest with Ukraine support. The coalition's subsequent breakdown has led to snap elections amid growing public debate about the economic impact to Berlin's relentless support of Ukraine in the ongoing war. Olaf Scholz-led Social Democrats may lose the next election due to the Ukraine war. And so, all in all, Scholz is facing a delicate balancing act. managing the domestic economic concern while maintaining Germany's international commitments. The shift in German policy will indeed influence broader European approaches, potentially affecting the level and nature of the support that Ukraine has received over the past 2 years, and so Zelensky's concern do make a sense here.